start recording session. Cool. So here's how it's going to work. You're going to have 5 minutes to present, followed by 3 minutes of Q&A. I like to be strict on time, so please try to stick to time. If you continue presenting after the 5-minute mark, you'll just be fitting into your Q&A time. And then so I will let you go on, and once that Q&A time is exhausted, I will stop you, and then we'll have to move on to the next team. So that's how it's going to work. I might give you a little bit of extra time depending on how things are going, but ultimately I want to make sure that you're able to get some of that feedback from other people in the room, from the mentors, from myself. So please try to stick to the 5-minute mark so that you can actually get time to get your questions answered or get feedback on your project. Does that sound good? Cool, yeah. Awesome. So now we have a nice, amazing, intimate group, and I will be timing you all, and then once the timer goes off, I will let you know. I would also be indicating in the chats when like you have 2 minutes more, when you have like 1 minute more, although I know you'll be presenting and you wouldn't be able to see the chat, but still, if you can, that would be great. All right, so we can get started. So Team Travel, over to you. Feel free to start sharing your screen. Once you start speaking, that's when I will start the timer. So the floor is yours, Corey.
Okay.
Corey, is Yannick joining today?
I don't believe so, but I haven't heard from him, so I'm not sure there, but I think it's just me.
Okay, awesome. All the best.
Thanks. Can you see that? I'm going to do present.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can see that. Awesome. Looks great.
Present full screen. Okay. So yeah, our team was Mohammed was the PM, designed Vivian, and then Yannick and myself were the developers, and Polka, who you just heard from, was our mentor on that. So this is our site travel that we were building. I'll continue on here. So what we were doing, basically the number of people living worldwide, and from our research and especially from our team with having several people who have immigrated on it, there's historically high number living outside their country, 308 million. A lot of influx of newcomers to Canada, and that's where we focused on first because 2 of our team members are living there. 405,000 newcomers to Canada, the most ever in one single year, and the US had 1 million. As part of that kind of prerequisite that the government has, is that you have to keep your travel logs and where you've been every time you leave the country and come back for a very long period of time. And so that's for visas, citizenship, residency status, all that. So with doing that, it was kind of a pain point. Well, when we asked in our research, where do people go for that information? What are they looking for? Oh, I keep it on a scrap of paper. Oh, I write it in my phone in the notes section. Oh, I just kind of try and remember where I went. Some people, maybe you only travel once or something like that, or no times out of the country, but others, if you're going for business or for pleasure, it becomes a lot of things to keep track of. So with that in mind, we went, okay, well, what can we do here? And we used Naomi, who was kind of our test subject here. She was based in New York, 32, immigrant living in the US, takes 5 international trips a year, and frustrations, and I like that little design here, disorganized when it comes to her travel documents, forgets to take note. You know, what did I do? What was the reason for that trip? Where did I go? Who was it with? All those different things. So with that, we wanted to have a product that was conveniently, easily accessible 24/7. You could log those trips, consolidate everything in one spot, and reduce his time spent searching for information of, oh, when did I go visit my grandma? Oh, what was that wedding I went to? What was my business trip? And just have it all together in one convenient location. So is a web travel journal, serves as a valuable record capturing the most important details and the details of travel documents used. The function, as you can see, capturing trip details, overview of all the trips. You can edit trips, and some interesting features we tried to add: countdown clock, when was the last time you traveled, how long's it been, and tried to also entice people to travel, because that's, you know, the point of the site is. So with that, we're going to exit this product demo and go to our actual site. I assume you can still see that. Yeah. So this is the site, still obviously work in progress, but this is where we kind of got to. So this is the travel landing page. Nice image of a beach there, some screenshots that we have, and just coming through the footer as well, our story and places we can add to as we go. So with that, go ahead and log in. Now I've already logged in and it's saved, so this takes us right through. It's actually Yannick, our other dev's login, but it would have taken you to a login page that either prompts you to sign up and create your account or to log in there. So it's a nice little prompt. Welcome back, Yannick. Where you've been, what you've done, how long it's been since you've traveled. Tried to get a nice image here of a trip that he's been on, still has the footer. So that's kind of our site here. If we want to log a new trip, you come in and log a new trip. So where did I go? Went to England, put in destination, arrival country, departure, the date that you went, what brings you there, work, like that. Putting it in, you can optionally put in your passport number if you want to save it. Maybe we were looking at trying to put in for future, people are traveling with families, you're logging your children went with you and such that way. Visa number, expiration date if you're going, so that way you can keep track of those things. And note any details about the trip you want to save for yourself for whatever reason they may be, and attaching some documents. Maybe it's whatever you've saved on your computer there. Then you can save the trip itself. Then when we go back, they'll be saved in your trip. So then travel to Liverpool, you can put the reason for your trip and you can kind of keep going that way. Once you do that, you can also see kind of where you've been and all those things. But that's the general overview of the site. And it's really just trying to go through and keep that record and keep, we have some function we still need to build into it, keep this as a countdown clock. That's how long it's been since you've gone, et cetera. But really trying to keep each one in your travel log so that you can come back and you're not going, where's my thing on my phone? Where's that piece of paper I have? It's all in one convenient location. So I'm going to stop there as far as the presentation goes on our site. But I guess that would open it up to questions or whatever else is there. Do you want me to stop sharing now?
Awesome. Yeah, great. Perfectly on time. So now we're in Q&A time. So that was a great presentation, Corey. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Awesome. I actually resonate with this problem because, again, I was an immigrant and I actually saved all my travels in my iPhone Notes app. So I honestly resonate with that. And it was such a painful process filling all of that in. So definitely, it's a very important problem to solve. And I think you did an outstanding job with the demo. So great job. What would you say, I guess, question for me, and then we'll open it up to others. What would you say was the biggest challenge while working on this product and bringing this to life?
For me, it was the learnings and the actual coding, and then with the other dev, Yannick and myself, like he's in Cote d'Ivoire and I'm in Toronto, right? Like it's a long time difference across, and just being able to coordinate schedules and be able to have like with our mentor Polkit, and now you've got 5 adults working careers and across different countries and time zones and getting together and having it work and such. Even myself, just to share, I had some pretty difficult like family and some personal issues over the last couple of weeks. So being able to get everything done and together, and then even now, right? I'm the only one who's been able to kind of join for the present. Like it's hard to coordinate everything. So that'd be the biggest takeaway for myself.
Yeah, I definitely resonate with that. I'm so sorry for all the challenges that you experienced, and it's really inspiring to see you still be here kicking and showcasing the amazing product that you worked on. And I know working on a remote team over 8 weeks, or technically more than 8 weeks, has its challenges, but I think you've all done a fascinating job. I wanted to open it up to the audience to see if anyone else had any questions. Otherwise, we can move on to the next team. So any questions for Team Travel or for Corey specifically?
I just say, Corey, I'm Diamond. I'm a PM at Indeed.com, and I have worked on, Indeed is owned by a Japanese company, so a lot of our team sits abroad, and so it will be common for you to possibly have to work in a distributed team and have to work against a 12-hour time difference. So I think now that you know that it may not be an experience that you enjoyed or good for you in terms of your productivity, you can now narrow down specific companies that are more US based and don't have distributed teams. So just keeping that in mind.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks for kind of that. And I do it, right? Like we're going to have to work asynchronously and stuff like that. But it's just when you actually get into it, it was eye-opening for myself. So thanks for the heads up though, Diamond. And I see that if I have still a moment, I see Caitlin has a question there. Yeah, like Caitlin and I did the same course. We went through Juno Bootcamp and using the back end, like that was something I'd never seen before, right? So with going through and having Yannick kind of completing that part and working together with him, it was kind of eye-opening because it was, before everything was just, can I, our first project, can I just recreate the aesthetics of this, not the functions? Can I make this look even close to what it is? So that was it. And I do want to shout out Paul, like it was great having a mentor. He did a wonderful job and brought up a lot of different things that I wouldn't have thought of, and even seeing the different sight lines to what's the PM doing, what's the design doing, like I don't know. And he had a conversation, even I'll share with Vivian the one time where it was kind of like maybe she was selling herself short or wasn't doing like she could have done more, or she cut her designs down based on what our expectations were. And he was like, no, do the best you can, do what it is. If we have to scale it back, then that's on us, right? And then I think she really liked that and she really took it to heart, and that it was very helpful for myself as well. So shout out to him as well on that one.
Awesome. Awesome. Great, Corey. Great presentation. And thank you for being here. And thank you, Polke, for being an awesome mentor. So now we'll be moving on to the next team JobCom. So can folks get ready to share their screen and start the presentation? You have 5 minutes and then 3 minutes of Q&A. Team JobCom. Who will be presenting? Yeah.
Yeah, Vin.
Who's going to be presenting and sharing screen? Vin, Susan?
Vin is supposed to start sharing. Vin, are you?
Just for a second.
So there's a green button at the bottom. Oh, cool. Awesome. Yeah, we can see your screen now.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to JobCom. So here's my team. My name is Finn, and Jessica is a product designer, and with David and Susan are the two developers of our team. So for the elevator pitch, so JobCom is the platform that aims to help the tech international student in Australia to showcase their talent through a standard portfolio. So in Australia, the unemployment rate after graduating in 2 years in Australia is really high at around 60%. As depicted in the graph, one of the main reasons that account for 59% of graduate students not getting a job is because they don't have the relevant experience or qualifications for the job. And this is even more true in the tech field, where tech experts are unable to show their ability to recruiter even at the screen check for the for the applications. So after conducting the survey for international students and graduated students at the School of Engineering in Sydney, Australia, we found that 78% of survivors respond that it's hard for them for being recruited. 85% of them respond that the main problem is that they don't have the portfolio that can showcase to the recruiter. So our solution is to provide a portfolio platform so that whenever the recruiter reach an applicant, they will see everything about the applicant and how they will fit to that culture. Yeah, so next come to design process by Jessica.
Okay, thank you, Finn. So in these sections, I will give a brief overview for the design process for our product journey. So the first step, like we do the emphasize the problem, where during the first stage we did a user interview to gather the information as much as we could, and we go to the define the problems where we synthesize the user interview to identify and group the pain points from the user persona. And the third step, we do the idea to solutions. We use Trello to plan and manage the possible solutions. And also we write down the backlog and the timeline as well for make sure the development process runs smooth. And then we do the prototype the solutions where I prepare the design in Figma to deliver an idea to the visual understanding. And after that, we test the solutions where by using the prototype, we can get the user feedback and make the necessary updates. And next, after the design process, we'll present both the live demo of our product.
So next we will come to the live demo presented by our dev team.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
This is the project that we built together with Susan. So we used React for the front-end language and Firebase to create our API. And obvious the site is hosted on Vercel. So Susan will just take you through on the demo.
Okay, thank you, David. So this is our landing page. When you access the site, you get to the login and sign up page. So I'll just assume I'm a new user. And create an account. So when I sign up, I'm automatically logged in. And I'll need to fill all the details. So just, I have this folder with everything ready. So I'll just fill my details here. I've been filling this couple of times, so everything is a bit easy to fill up. So I'll just update each one entry for each section. So So education section as well, we'll just put some random dates, put the degree, put the university, and a short description, let's say the qualification of the student, and an achievement as well. So, and the most important part, add a project. So I'll add a cover image, the project name, the and a small description, so that that describes the project, and the link. So once you have all your fields filled, so you can also upload the resume. So I'll just upload my resume and my cover letter. And add contact details. Let me just add email and LinkedIn. And once you're happy with your page and having filled all the details, you'll need to click on View Public Portfolio. And from here, so you can share this unique URL with recruiters, and they'll be able to see. So even if I open in a new tab, all my details are filled. So that's it for the demo.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So any questions? Yeah.
Cool. Also, the presentation is done. Awesome. Great presentation. Questions? Great presentation. Again, I'm a big fan of demos. And yeah, so great job putting everything together
Well,
and working
we
with
have
students.
we have a
So,
question. We have a
yes, so
question.
there's a question from Caitlin. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the technology we used was we used React for the front end, Material UI for the styling, and the API was created using Firebase. Yes.
Oh, any other questions, Pokit?
Yeah. So I was wondering, what was the real problem that you're trying to solve compared to what we have in LinkedIn? I can create a profile, or I can have about.me or any other platform. What was the real problem that your portal will solve?
Okay. So what we failed to mention is this is only the one half of the project. We are supposed to have a recruiter side where the recruiters can identify the users who are the students who are looking for opportunities. So the recruiters can see whoever is on the site, and they can come and look at their portfolios, and if they qualify for a particular job, then they can get called for an interview. The other thing we were supposed to work on was to have so whatever you saw was just a simple portfolio. So the other portfolio was supposed to be something that a user can customize and make it more grand and beautiful. But we lacked the time, so we were only able to create whatever you saw.
Got it. Thank you. No, this is good. This looks pretty good. So great
Thank you.
job.
Yeah, great job, team. You already accomplished so much in so little time, and I know it's very tough for just 8 weeks and having to prioritize, especially when you're building something that's two-sided. But great job overall. It's still great to see how much progress that you've been able to make. So, congratulations, team. I'm truly proud of the work that you are able to do. Cool. So, next team that we have is Team Discourse. Discourse, are you ready? Feel free to share your screen and get started with your presentation.
All right. Hi, everyone. We are Team Discourse, a social networking app for college students. I am Leticia Feliciano, the product designer. We have Kian Louie, our product manager.
I'm Caitlin, the front-end developer, and we have Gideon as back-end developer.
So humans are social creatures. However, our generation relies heavily on social media to connect. But social media platforms are very different now. They rely on reactions instead of interactions, such as like the infinite scrolling, the number of likes and friends they have. So our vision with Discord was to create a unique platform that encouraged social engagement by encouraging connections and building relationships based on their communities. For our key features, we really wanted to focus on chat rooms that included topics of the days that were based off of interests. They can join based on different days and times of the chat rooms. Then it would also show other users within the chat rooms. For the chat rooms itself, the features we really wanted to focus on was the option to video chat, text chat, and voice chat.
So our app is built with React using the agora.io library for the audio and video chat features. Backend wise, we used Firebase, and we used React versus React Native just for learning for development purposes, and just like the ease of the features. So let's play the video. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Discourse. When you first come to our website, you're greeted with our logo and a login button. So when you click the login button, you're directed to our login page. If you don't already have login credentials, you can easily sign up for one. I already have an account, so I'm just going to log in. And when you log in, you're greeted. If this is your first time logging in, you're given the option to create a profile. In the profile, you're able to upload an image and to to set your name and a quick bio, and you're also able to create a chat room in this homepage. So you can either create a new channel or new room with a name and a date, or you can join an existing one. So I'm just going to join an existing one. Job searching. So here, I'm just waiting for other people to join. And we'll see. We'll just wait for a second. Hello. Hi. So we have a chat option here. So I'm just going to say hello to my friend. And we're talking about chat rooms. Or we're talking about job searching in this chat room. So in my experience with job searching, dealing with imposter syndrome and trying to make yourself stand out in the hundreds of people that apply to jobs is always a struggle. I'm just wondering if you can relate to that at all. And she can post in our chat. We have her responses, and thank you very much for that. It's good to feel validated. But yeah, this is our demo. Thank you for watching. Bye. Hi, everyone. So now on to our team learnings. One of the main things that we learned was working asynchronously with each other. There's lots of different time zones, and sort of having to learn how to sort of pass off information and like what needed to be updated with our team. And we also learned the importance of a cross-functional team, sort of learning each other's roles and how to talk to each other like in a language that we all understood, like learning how to use each other's tools. Like for working with Leticia as a designer, like I learned how to use Figma and interact with Figma. So that was a big thing. And yeah, that's our demo. This is our presentation. Thank you very much for listening. If there's any questions, we'll be happy to answer them.
Great job. Awesome job, team. I enjoyed the presentation and I enjoyed the demo. It was really nice seeing how there was like two of you there and like you're having that discussion. So it's really nice that you're able to like accomplish so much with the feature. So yeah, again, like great job. What would you say you're most proud of in this entire project? And anyone can answer on the team.
I mean, I would say just getting the product to where it is today. Like everyone else, we had many obstacles, but really the last 3 weeks we pulled through together as a team and we worked very hard to accomplish it. So I'm very proud of all of us.
I'd agree. Like learning how to use a new language, like the Agora library, like I have never really learned, like use a library like that before. So like learning how to use that, like I think that's an important step for any developer, any engineer, or like any person in general. So
I have a question. Sorry, Stephen.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
So in the first few weeks, what was the other idea apart from this one that you were thinking about?
Well, there is a lot of features we could have went, but one of the big things we were focusing on is using voice chat and video chat to really encourage social engagement. But there was different ways we could have went. We really wanted to create a platform for college students where it would eventually lead to in-person engagement. We had like a crazy idea of like creating like a map and there would be different events where you could join, but because of time, we had to focus just on chat rooms and topics of interest.
Nice. This was timely and the presentation looks very apt for the college target audience, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love the popping visuals. You have a question in the chat. You might have answered it a little bit, but I'm curious. Damola is asking, is it only for video interactions?
Yeah, I'll take this one. The app was built for audio first, but we found this interesting to add video too. But we can also use the video call, audio call itself only. But Kathleen, I imagine that Kathleen didn't use the audio there because she was already using Loom. So if she used the audio with Leticia at the same time, there could be some disturbance.
Yeah.
Cool. We have time for one more question. So Gideon, I'm curious, what are you most proud of since Leticia answered and Caitlin answered? What are you most proud of?
Yeah, the thing that I'm most proud of during this project, I joined the project at the middle of the program. So I just arrived when all the team had already chosen the topic and the project, even the stacks. So I had to accommodate myself to everything that was already there. But I'm really happy that we finished the project successfully without any problem in such a short time.
Awesome, that's great to hear. Again, congrats, great job, team. Awesome. So now we will be moving on to the last team, Team Varsity Chapter. Sorry, that was your timer for the questionnaires, but you're all done. Awesome. So Team Varsity Tracker, get ready to share your screen and get started. You have 5 minutes.
Hi, can everyone hear me clearly? Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can see your screen.
All right. Hi, this is Team Varsity Tracker. My name is Damola Olushaki. I'm the product manager. Our designer, his name is Innocence Bayal Solomon. He's on the call with us. Our backend developer is Lekon Jimo. Unfortunately, he could not join us today. He had another engagement. Our front-end developer is Abdurrahman Olagunju. And our mentor is Pocket. So I'll start with our problem statement. Varsity Tracker, it's an health product and it's targeted towards vaccinations. According to our research, we checked the World Health Organization and we found out that many parents struggle to find accurate information on the recommended vaccination schedules. Also, we conducted several surveys, and from our survey, we found out that 60% of parents missed at least one vaccination appointment for their children, and 80% of the parents either rely on hospital vaccination cards, which they confirmed had to be replaced due to it getting damaged or lost. This helped us narrow down our problem statement to how can we provide an effective way for parents to track their child's immunization. Our user persona, we call him David. He is 32 years old and he has 3 children. He lives in Lagos, Nigeria, and his goal is to ensure that all his children are healthy. Some of his pain points are he often forgets the due dates for the required vaccination for his children. This is due to his busy schedule, his hectic work life style and everything. The world is crazy today. There are a lot of things we're doing. There's social media. And especially in Lagos, because this was where our target market was. Living in Lagos is crazy. It's easy to forget a lot of things. Also, he finds it difficult to get a new appointment for the appointments he has missed. So after missing a vaccination appointment, he needs to book a new date with the hospital, and it's difficult to get the next one that is available. He also mixes up the vaccination appointments of his children. Sometimes he's meant to take the 2-year-old to the hospital. He mistakenly takes the 5-year-old. And upon getting to the hospital, he finds out that, oh no, it's the 2-year-old that should have come. And also, he doesn't have a convenient way to access the child's past vaccination records. And this usually comes up when he's filling forms or when he's being asked at maybe he's trying to apply for visa or change his children to a new school, he needs to reference their vaccination records and he can't find it to do this. So these were a majority of his pain points. This helped us to create a vision for VaciTracker, which is to provide an effective way for parents to track and remember their child's vaccinations. The solution we came up with is an app that allows the user to create multiple profiles for all his children. And once he creates the profile for the child and he inputs the date of birth of the child, the vaccination schedule is automatically generated. Now, our target market was starting with Nigeria because it was easy for us to get information for that market, given our familiarity with it. So the vaccination schedule that has been recommended for Nigeria by the World Health Organization is what we used. With the app, the user will be able to track the due and upcoming vaccinations of his children. And he will also be able to set reminders for the upcoming vaccinations. You'll be able to set, if he wants to be reminded 1 day, 2 days, or 3 days before the actual dates, so that he can plan his schedule accordingly. Also, you'll be able to review the past records of the completed vaccinations, and he can also learn more about the required vaccinations. Here we have the vaccination wiki, which I will show us in the live demo. So now I will take us to the live demo. 1 second, hope it works. Yeah. So this is the landing page of VaciTracker. Here you can easily create an account, fill in your name, email, your relationship to the child, whether you're the father, whether you're the mother, your location. Currently, it's just for Nigeria. You can set your password and confirm your password. Once you've created your account, you can log in. So I'll try and log in. Yeah. Okay, so on the home page of the app, you can easily see all the upcoming vaccinations for the children that you've added. You can see the dates of the upcoming vaccinations in chronological order. Also, you can see the children that you've added to the app. Currently, it's just 1 child. And then you can open up the child's profile where you see the details of the child. You can also see the schedule for the vaccination. Okay, so here we have the dates of the dates of the appointment, and you also have the milestone. So month 0, which is when the child is given birth to, 6 weeks, 10 weeks, 14 weeks, up to 15 months. And you can also see the dates for the appointments beside each of them. So as the vaccinations are being taken, you can confirm them, and you have them confirmed. You can also filter out the vaccinations for the ones that have been completed, the ones that are upcoming, and the ones that are due. This can help you to see in a snapshot what you need to do, so you know all the ones you have upcoming. And if you have any due ones that should have been taken but you've missed, you can also see them. You can go ahead to add more children to your profile: the name, the last name, the date of birth, the gender of the child, the height and the weight of the child. You can add a picture for the child as well. And you can set reminders. So this is one of the core features, because one of the things we found out from our survey is that forgetting is one of the major reasons for parents not taking their child or their children for vaccinations. So with this reminder feature, you can set how many days, weeks, or months, whatever time period you want to be reminded before the vaccination. So if you put 2 days, for example, it will be updated to 2 days. And then 2 days before the actual vaccination dates, you will get an email notification notifying you of the upcoming vaccination. On the home screen, we have a vaccination wiki. And here you can get more details about what each vaccination is, and what it does, and the importance of taking that vaccination. So these are the major features that we're able to build out in the time frame that we had for this project. The tech stack that we used for the product and project management, we used Trello. For design and prototyping, we used Figma and material design. For the engineering and development, we used React and Bootstrap for the front end. We used Ruby and Postgres for the backend and database. And for version management and deploying the app, we use GitHub and Vercel. So I learned a lot during this project, and one of the major takeaways for me is the experience of working with the product team. I also learned how to create a detailed product backlog with concise and clear information, and also the importance of aligning with the team on all the different product specs. Next, we'll have our designer tell us more about his learnings.
Okay, good day everyone. I'm Innocent Baila Solomon. I'm the product designer for this team. I really learned a lot on how to collaborate with the project manager and developers to deliver a project. And I also learned how to iterate and prioritize and deliver a minimum viable project within a short time. And I also my communication ability with the whole team developed effectively. I can hand over designs to the developers now seamlessly without any complaints. And I learned to get feedback from mentors and develop my design skills that will be useful for me in the future to come. Thank you. I'll hand over to our developers next.
Good day, everyone. I'm Abdraman Olagunju. First and foremost, I learned that the whole team should work on the wireframes, bridge the information architecture to the visual design, then improve my communication with the designer at the early stages so as to decide the web page design and structure to reduce iterations. And I also learned making sure the designer shares a design guide and assets so that I can set up general outlay of CSS first before embarking on the project. And lastly, I learned to work on my version control to improve collaboration with the backend developer so as to reduce doing the same thing over and over again. Thank you.
So Lekon is not around, so I think we would end our presentation at this point. Thank you so much for your time and for listening.
Cool, right on time. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time for Q&A because you used the entire time for the presentation, but I enjoyed it. I just wanted to say that you all accomplished so much in so little time. You pretty much have like a full-fledged product with several features. So I think you should be incredibly proud of all the things that you were able to build in such a short period of time. So thank you so much for your presentation and for your engagement. So we're going to be rounding up now. And before we go to the main room to round up the entire demo day, I just wanted to say a couple of things. First of all, I wanted to say how proud I am of every single person here. You've all been able to develop an MVP and build something useful and functional within 8 weeks, which is incredibly difficult. And I don't want you to underestimate how difficult it is. And I also don't want you to underestimate how impressive it is that you are all here today showcasing something that's live, something that's useful, and something that people can actually hit with a URL and start playing with. So I think you all should be incredibly proud of yourself. And I am certainly proud of the work that you've all been able to do. I enjoyed all the presentations, hearing all the learning, seeing all the demos. So again, great job all around. And I just wanted to just like take a second for everyone to just like give themselves like a round of applause. So just honestly, just give yourself a round of applause because I'm truly happy and blown away by all what you've been able to accomplish. So thank you for that. So last couple moments before we go to the waiting room, again, I can't emphasize how proud I am of you all for being able to like complete this journey. But your journey doesn't end here. I just want to encourage you to keep learning, keep working hard, keep collaborating, stay in the community and be engaged, work with other people, build your team if you want to continue to iterate and build more features. So yeah, again, great job. I'm very proud of the work that you've been able to do. And I'm excited for you all as you go on to the next steps. So now I'll ask everyone to leave this room and then get ready to go to the main room, and then we'll sort of wrap up the demo day. Again, great job and thank you very much.